All right, so moving right along, we're now going to go to time equals 2. So again, this isn't years or centuries or days or any type of measurement. This is just sometime in the future past time equals 1. So again, we're going to have rock that's down at the bottom. And then we're going to have saprolite again that's even further down. And we're going to have our soil layer, the B layer, start a little deeper because we've had further infiltration of water. Now, water, as I've said, is what is causing these layers, the B layer, to get predominantly deeper, right? We're getting further weathering of these rocks. So what else does water do? Carries particles. Carries particles is perfect. So if you guys remember from our previous lectures, we talked about how sedimentary rocks are made by water moving sediment along, right? Well, water doesn't only move sediment horizontally, it also moves sediment vertically. So if we take a look at this B layer, remember we said that the B layer is a mix of, so I'm going to come over here just as a little side, actually I'm going to draw it in here. This B layer is a mix of quartz and clay. So this is a little drawing of a quartz structure, a soil that contains quartz. And each one of these is a quartz particle. So you should see that in between these particles, there are air pockets. If these are little quartzes, this area here is going to be an air pocket. That air pocket is filled with something. It can be filled with air. It's not necessarily an air pocket, but it's a void space. It can be filled with air or water, or in this case, very small clay layers. Now, as water percolates down through this structure, it's going to take the clay particles that are in between these quartzes and move them away, right? It's going to wash them down because water is going to travel downhill. As that happens, we're going to divide this B layer, okay? We're going to divide it into a layer of E and B. So our B layer is going to remain, and it's going to be separated into this E layer. So we're going to have two layers. This E layer is what's called the washed out zone. So the washed out zone is going to be mainly composed of what?
Quartz.
Quartz is exactly right. What color do you guys remember quartz was?
White.
White, kind of milky, some light color, right? Typically. That is going to be what color this E layer is. So if you guys look in your soil kit, you'll see that the E layer is this sort of yellowish pale color. And you can see that another layer, this is the topsoil layer, is this darker color, right? The B layer is a yellowish color as well, but you'll see that it is full of clay. So one thing you can do is add a little bit of water to your sample, to your B, which I'll do real quick. And you should be able to feel that it has a lot of clay in it. Okay? So we've divided now, in the next section, we've seen that rock is at a lower level. The C layer is the saprolite layer. B layer is the soil layer. E is the washed out zone. And above the E, we have our A layer, which is the topsoil. So this topsoil is still part of our soil, but it has so many organics mixed in it that it becomes very fertile and very useful for planting. So that's one of the hugely protected layers. Whenever you see an area that's been stripped, for construction, they'll always separate out that A layer, the organic layer, to be able to put it back on top. So we'll look at one more video after this, and then we'll go outside and check and see if we're right.